Hey guys, it's Michelle from Sunshine and Sugar, and I'm here to help you guys bake smarter. So I want to share with you guys 5 different things that I use each week while completing orders in the kitchen. Let's go. So first things first, it's already something I've already mentioned before, and it's something I'm very passionate about, but it's weighing your ingredients. I know it's a pain in the butt, and if you don't have a scale already, it's even more annoying because you're used to using cups. And that's the standard for us in America. However, the best way to get the most consistent results is to use a scale. So they're like literally $9 to $20 on Amazon. And the reason why it's so important is because all of your cups that you have are all different. They're all different shapes, and they're different heights, and they're different widths. And let's do a test experiment really quickly. I'm gonna grab a bowl, and I'm gonna weigh out 1 cup from each of these, and we're gonna see what the weight is for each one. All right, you're gonna fluff up your flour. So pretend this is just a bowl or your flour container. Fluff it up with your cup or your measuring thing. You want to have it overflowing. You're going to take a knife or a spoon, and you're going to kind of want to just tap it, and then you're going to want to scrape off the excess. Let's see how much this cup weighs in comparison to this cup. Okay, so I have my bowl on here and I zeroed it out. Okay, so right there I have 142. It's going in between 141 and 142 on the scale in grams. Now we're gonna try this one out. And I'm gonna fluff it up. This handle broke on this one, so this one's especially fun. So I've fluffed it up. I'm coming in, I'm tapping away. I'm scraping off the excess. I'm making a massive mess. All right, and I'm zeroing out my scale, so we're all clear, and now in we go. Okay, and this one's, okay, I got some. This one is at 139. So what was this one? 141 and 139, which again, it's not that big of a deal in terms of difference. However, when you start to double recipes and triple recipes, or you're batch baking, it's going to make a massive difference. Okay, so we did our measuring. This cup was 142 and this one was 139. So that's 3 grams difference of flour that you're gonna have. If you're weighing ingredients, 1 cup of flour weighed out is actually 120 grams. That's 21 or 20 to 22 grams of difference of flour in your recipe. And so let's weigh out 20 grams and let's see how much of a difference that actually is. Okay. I'm gonna get my clear container out so you guys can see exactly what 20 grams of flour looks like. And I'm making a massive mess, but I don't really care. This is a good example. This is 20 grams of flour. So I got 140 out of this. The standard weight for flour is 120. That looks like about a 1/4 cup difference in your recipe is happening there. I rest my case. The scale is great. It's annoying when you first start using it, having to convert recipes and kind of doing a little bit of mental math. But if you have a Google or an Alexa in your house, you just say, hey, what's 2 cups in grams? I swear it works. One of the tricky things about baking is getting consistent results. And that might be because you don't have the proper tools. So the scale and the thermometer are what are gonna give you consistent results each time. And that's why we have her up on our list next of things that I cannot live without in my baking adventures. Having a scale is going to give you consistent results. Are you making lemon curds? Are you making pastry cream? Are you making cakes? Even brownies. Brownies can be one of those things where you're like, what is the temperature it needs to be at when if I want a gooey result? What is the temperature I want for cake results? Guess what? Your thermometer will help you. I believe for brownies, it's 190 for gooey texture for a brownie, and then 200 for cake-like Fahrenheit. Next up is our KitchenAid stand mixer. It had to make the list, right? It's a workhorse. It's gonna last you for years. It's an investment, but it is well worth it. Plus, most of the time you can find these for a very good deal. I don't think that I could make any sort of cake without being able to use a stand mixer. It's fast, it's strong. You're gonna get luscious, beautiful, fluffy buttercream, and while you can use a hand mixer, it's not gonna be as powerful as a stand mixer. So this is why the KitchenAid is a must if you're going to be baking a lot. It is definitely well worth the investment. Another baking essential for me at least, or if you're going to be decorating cakes, is a cake turntable. A turntable is going to allow you to spin this very quickly while also icing your edges, so that way you get a nice smooth finish. This is an Ateco 612. I believe it's about $80 to $100. I can't remember exactly, but basically once you buy this, you're gonna be set for the remainder of your baking because it is very sturdy, reliable. You can clean it if it gets a little greasy underneath. It is a little bit pricey if you're just starting out and you're not really sure if you're gonna be doing cakes, but if you want a cheaper alternative, you can use the Wilton version of the turntable. It is plastic. The only difference is you're not going to really be able to do heavier cakes on that because it is plastic. It is not very sturdy, and I would really not recommend doing any heavy cakes with that one, but it's great for starting out, and it's a great way to get those smooth edges. I use it in my cake classes when I teach, so it's definitely usable and a great alternative if you don't want to spend the $80 on the Ateco 612 right off the bat. But it is definitely a workhorse, and it is definitely a great item to have. Last but not least on my 5 baking essentials are these Teflon baking sheets. These can be used in replacement of parchment, and you can also make macarons on these, cookies, basically anything that you bake on a sheet that you don't want to stick to it. These are fantastic. These are actually heat press for heat transfer for people who do shirts and stuff, but these are actually food safe, and these are what I like to use for macarons. And then I have separate ones that I use for cookies, so I like to make sure that the ones that I am using for macarons stay grease free. But a good way to clean these are by using vinegar, and I just get it in a spray bottle. I spray it down and then I wipe it just to get any remaining fat on it off. I've been using these for years over parchment or silicone mats because I love the results and I love the feet that I get, and I love how easy the macarons come off of it in basically anything. So another great thing to have in your baking library.